Versailles. It is Wednesday and we are spending the entire day at the Versailles Palace. Very excited about this day. Very excited about the fact that it is clear blue skies, which is going to be harder to take photos, but I feel like it'll just make the gardens and the palace literally shine as they already are, because a good portion of it is gilded.
These are like life goals for Allie, so.
Serious life goals. Yeah, I mean, I feel like really ever since I saw the movie Marie Antoinette, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I've kind of been obsessed with Versailles and have always wanted to come and visit the palace, and it was on our maybe list for France, and I'm so glad that we decided yes.
Yeah, I don't know why it was ever on our maybe list, because you're like obsessed with it.
I know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it seemed like a lot, or we would have to spend a whole day, but we had so many days here that we were able to fit it in, and so we're gonna start by exploring a little bit of the palace, and then we're gonna probably spend a lot of time exploring the gardens and the grounds and Marie's house, because right now we're in front of this literal palatial building, but this is like a fraction of the actual estate. So I'm really excited to explore that. We're just gonna stay here, eat lunch here, and then just head back to Paris later tonight. And so I'm excited that we have the whole day to just meander and explore and pretend that we're royal. Checking in, we have completed our tour of the palace, which was incroyable and completely excessive. Like, Jeff was just like in shock.
It was just so ridiculous. It was really beautiful, but it was a lot. It like
hyper opulence.
Kind of seemed like fake, honestly. A lot of times, I was like, I can't believe someone lived here.
Yeah.
Just because we don't have anything like that in the U.S., but it makes sense why France went bankrupt.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you could easily see how this would bankroll a country. At the same time, just the architecture and the design of everything is so beautiful. And now we are taking what will probably be the entire rest of the day, basically until nightfall, to see the gardens, which are massive. And so right now we are just seeing a fraction of them. This is the Guards Lake, I think. Let me look it up, looking it up on the map. I can show you guys the map, it will overwhelm you. The Lake of the Swiss Guards, which is behind us. And we're gonna slowly make our way down one side of the gardens to Marie Antoinette's house, and there's some hamlets that you can see. And then we'll make our way back up the gardens towards, I think it's like Neptune's Nest, which is on the other side of the palace. So yeah, we'll take you guys with us and hopefully get some beautiful shots. We have seriously high, bright sunlight, so harder to take photos, but we can get some really beautiful footage. And honestly, I think this is probably the best way to experience Versailles, is to just see it in bright sunlight in all of its glory.
Yep.
Okay, to give you guys some perspective here with the map, this is the palace. So we just toured this whole area, and as you can see, this is in lieu of really epic aerial footage, this is the entire garden estate. And so we are over here right now, and we're going to make our way down through here over to this area, which is Marie Antoinette's estate and the hamlets, and then slowly make our way back up here towards Neptune's Gate before we head out tonight. So yeah, colossal. One of the things that I feel like God's really been revealing to Jeff and I on this trip is that we need more devotional time. And what's so crazy is we're exploring all these beautiful places, i.e. this beautiful little grove behind us with trees and benches and this fountain, and we're the only ones here. It is so quiet, and I'm just thinking, man, I wish we had spaces like this in LA to just like go and be with God. And not that you need the space, but I feel like I'm being reminded of how peaceful quiet time can be and how peaceful areas can be, because I'm so rarely in this type of environment. And I feel like we're exploring all these beautiful gardens and places all over the world, and it's like this little affirmation of God being like, see how nice peace is, see how nice quiet is, because normally those things make me very uncomfortable and I find them very unsettling. But this trip, we've had so much of that, which sounds crazy, like a European vacation. You're not thinking, oh, I bet you're finding tons of pockets of peace and quiet, but we totally are.
We wanted to make it a point to rest and relax. We wanted to make it an adventure, but we realized we didn't want to come back exhausted, so we've been trying to relax and rest more.
Yeah.
And we have.
Yeah, and so thank you, Jesus, for giving us peaceful places to walk through. And I mean, look at this. We're basically in like the world's largest maze, and it's just
like Maze
stunning.
It's like Maze
It's like Maze Runner. So yeah, really grateful for that, and also learning about myself that I like being slow. I like moving slow and just being still, and that was a huge takeaway from the Yellow conference, actually. And yeah, so feeling very grateful right now. We are now exploring Marie Antoinette's estate, which is La Petite and Le Grand Trianon. quick update check-in. Currently slightly lost in Versailles. It's fine. We went to see the hamlets on the lake, and then attempted to get back to the petite house, the smaller house of the two houses, and ended up at a theater and some gardens, but not quite sure how to get back. So we're just gonna figure that out. Ooh, I think this might be what I was looking for.
That looks like a garden.
Looks like a garden. Hashtag lost in Versailles. Jeff and I have reached probably our maximum capacity in terms of thirst, fatigue, and soreness, but we're gonna power through because we've made it this far and we're gonna see the rest of the estate before we head back to Petty. Oh yeah, this is what we were looking for. And yeah, sun is shining, working on our burns and tans.
Mainly just burn for me.
Mainly just burns for Jeff.
I am redhead, so.
You are redhead. But yeah, it's beautiful. And I'm glad that we found our way back because it's touch and go there for a minute. We have completed our tour of the Trianons, and now we are very exhausted. And we're taking a shady walk back towards the main palace, potentially to gander at one more garden area. Shaking his head no. On our way out, we're pretty tired and pretty sore, and not gonna lie, the experience got somewhat diluted because after your like 23rd opulent parlor or salon, they do all start to look the same. But it was a beautiful day, and Jeff and I definitely had a lot of fun there at the end in our delirium, and then we're gonna head home. And we made it. 7 hours?
A lot of hours.
It's about a 7-hour tour of Versailles.
Yep.
But I'm so glad that we spent the whole day here because honestly it made it so that we could walk slower and we could really check out all the different areas and gardens and rooms and courtyards and
Palaces.
temples and palaces, and it was really breathtaking because even though it's like completely ostentatious, you know, nothing else quite like this exists in the whole world, so that was pretty amazing.
Check it out if you're in Paris.
Yes, I was on the fence about this for various reasons, just because I felt like a lot of people were like, oh, it's a lot to see, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm so glad that we did this because it was really magnificent, and it really kind of just made a lasting memory in my head when I think about the new heaven and the new earth. I imagine it to be something like this. So, now we're going to take our sore feet home for a nice, quiet evening in the 15th arrondissement. Little dinner on the balcony.
Ooh, yeah.
What say you?
Yes. I can't think of the word in French.
Oui.
Oui. Oh my God.